What up? What up? What up? What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to FG Unleashed, man. Just another day at the office over here, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and FG back at you. Check this out. I be getting a lot of questions in my inbox on my DMs on Instagram and stuff like that. Anybody ever want to catch up with me? F General One on Instagram. Shoot me the messages, shoot me them comments. People that hit me back know when I can, I get back at them, no doubt. Some people had questions, some people had thoughts, some people have opinions, and I'm with all that, man. Shoot it my way. F General One on Instagram. So somebody had hit me, and well, actually, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they was telling me, they was like, man, the OGs don't be seem like they be giving back to the community as far as trying to lace the youngsters on this some BS what they out here doing. You know what I mean? All this super gang violence and stuff like that. Y'all not. They feel that we not going hard enough on the youngsters. Well, this is the thing about it. For one, these youngsters is grown as killers, pretty much. They grown men. So at the end of the day, it's a certain way you got to get at them. It's a certain respect you got to have to be able to get at them. And then on the flip side, when I go get at the young homies, when I see them up at the park, when I see them up at Ludus Park, Gonzalez Park, East Compton Park, when I holler at the homies, when I come around, they not talking about no ops. They not talking about going to bust on some homies, going to bust on some dudes, or going to put no work in. They don't talk like that around me. That's the respect that I appreciate that I get from them. But at the same time, it's not like I walk into a conversation, they going to change the topic because they know, how I feel about certain stuff. And it's the respect that they not scared or nothing like that. I ain't insinuating that. I'm saying they got a level of respect for me, just like I got a level of respect for them. My level of respect for them is they still right here in the streets, and as long as you live around here, as long as you living in the hood, you got to preserve your life. Everybody know that the one thing about me is not about, putting in the work, but it's definitely about preserving your life. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I'd rather you do what you got to do in order to keep your life than to lose it in the streets. But at the same time, it's a lot of OGs. When we be going to get at the young homies, they not talking to us about the work they putting in. They not talking about us the crimes they doing. These dudes are smart enough to have regular conversations with you. Talk about sports, talk about kids, talk about they kids, talk about, families, and so you don't always hear the negative stuff about them because they not talking about that when you come around. I still try to drop them gems on them just because I know. Just because I'm close enough to the street that I can hear what's going on, but one thing they know I'm going to tell them is preserve your life, and some people might say, well, if you telling them to preserve their life, you telling them to put some work in. No, I'm telling you to preserve your life. If you living in the hood and you can't escape it, and this what it is, don't let a man take your life, plain and simple. But everybody know that I'm not with just black on black, the gang violence that's going on today, man, because we just losing so many, we got so many people against us, man. You got, since the beginning of time, man, it's, people all over the world that have a disdain for black people. And y'all know how that is, So at the end of the day, when I look up, and then it's us on us, we got to do something. We got to do something better, man. I know my words just ain't going to change it, but at the same time, when I come around, I'm still going to spit the knowledge. And I don't care where they from, because I run into the little crib homies. I run into the little all kind of dudes. And when I holler at them, you know what I mean? I know they got to stay ready in order to preserve their life if they living in the hood or they around the, all these hoods shit really across America. But at the end of the day, when is we going to stop having to preserve our life against each other, and I know it ain't something that could change overnight, but man, at the same time, man, I'm trying to work on mine slowly but surely. My 100 little homies per se that I pull up on and I holler at, I can't preserve the world, but when I'm trying to, bump into my little, I always drop them gems, man, on what the bigger picture is, and because if you look at the demographics and you take the ghettos from Baltimore, Chicago, DC, and all these other places, man, the ghetto is really small. It's a whole lot of more world out there, man, that we can go live in where you don't have to, be in this kind of situation all the time, but for the dudes who are, and I do understand it, because if you trapped in those demographics because of this is where you live, then I mean, this is your mentality. You have a keep myself alive mentality, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, let's try to get to a point, homie, where we ain't got to keep ourselves alive against our own people. We got too many other people that's, on our helmet and want to see our demise, that we should, try to have some kind of unity. And the thing about it is, one thing I do see is not a Crip or Blood thing no more. You got hoods that run with got Crip hoods run with Blood hoods, or Paru hoods run with Crip hoods all the time. So it's not a Crip or Blood thing no more. It's a hate on hate thing now. So since we and I ain't saying it's 100% got over, but Crips was the enemies and we were they enemies. It's not all the way that no more. So we can get over that hump, then we can get over the next hump, and the next hump is, our people, man. We shouldn't have to be afraid of our people. Hey, listen, man, it's FG Unleashed. Check me out. Hit that subscribe button. You got any questions, comments, topics you want to get in on, FGeneral1 on Instagram. Y'all holla at me, man. I'm going to keep pushing and keep pushing. I'm going to keep, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, man. When I could sit here, and talk about what I'm talking about, or when I go to the hood and talk about what I'm talking about, the homies know when I leave the hood. So I know when it was what it was like when I couldn't, so at the end of the day, I had compassion for them dudes that got to walk them streets, to go get the bread for mom, or, walk them streets to go to school, or walk them streets, and the violence is going on, so like I say, y'all tap in with me, man, FG Unleashed.